Hey everyone, Kenji aka NumotTheNummy here again, bringing you this time, finally, M12 events. It's pre-release weekend, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna farm as many queues as we can. A little note to you guys that play MTGO and do any of the pre-release events. They are not very good value-wise. For the pre-release sealeds, which I'm gonna do in a moment here, I'll show you the prize payouts. You get 10 boosters for going 4-0, 4 boosters for going 3-1, and 1 booster for going 2-2. During the actual release events, which is the week following, you get 13 packs for going 4-0, 8 packs for 3-1, and 3 packs for 2-2. So not only do you get more prizes, as well, the entry fee is a lot higher. For the pre-release events, it's 30 tickets to join, whereas it's only 24 ticks during the release events. So that's why if you're really hurting for cash, it's best to just wait for the release events to hit, and that's a lot easier, EV. So we're going to go ahead and jump in the queue here. There's only 3, but they'll fill up pretty fast. Cost 30 tickets to join, like I said. We'll get back to you as soon as the pool comes back up. Alright everybody, we are back and we finally got our pool. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort by rarity, just because you can see, what kind of bombs you got or anything like that. And unfortunately, we did not get any of the mythics, but that's okay. We got Archon of Justice, pretty sweet card. Visions Beyond, no. Day of Judgment's good. Sundial, unfortunately not. Druidic Satchel, very good card. I like this. So yeah, it looks like we might be playing white here. Well, it all depends, I guess. But our white rares are pretty good. So let's sort by color again. And I'm just going to pull out cards that I think are, worth playable. The Arbalist is, pretty slow, but 3 damage to attacking or blocking creature. This guy can hold off a lot of forces either on the ground or in the air for quite a while. I mean, he does Frost Breath himself for a turn, but it's worth the reusable removal. Elite Vanguard. I'm probably not going to play this card. It's mostly used for fairly aggressive decks, and I don't think that's what I'm usually going. Well, that's not true. I like tapping guys sideways, but this isn't looking like the deck that we want that necessarily. Leading's got Lawkeeper, one of the best 1-drops. Pride Guardian, no. Stave Off's very good. Mighty Leap's fine. Stormfront, yep. So our white's kind of half and half. It's got the aggressive stuff, but it's also got cards that are more suited for the long game. Guess we'll just pull out things that are decent. Oh, Azure Mage, really good. Mesmerists, 2 of them. Mana Leak's pretty good too. Divination's good, yep. This guy doesn't get enough love, but a 2/4 in blue is actually pretty good. I mean, he's not always what you want, but he stops the attack on the ground pretty well. Bell Tower Sphinx. Now, I don't know if you've had the misfortune or fortune of playing with it or against it, but this card is just brutal. 2/5 for flying is, okay as it is, but just, whenever a source deals damage to it, that many cards is put into the graveyard. That leads to some interesting turn of events. Our black does not look very good at first sight. I mean, it has some Bloodthirst enablers, but everything else doesn't look too good. I don't know if I'm going to be playing that at all. Bang Chuckers, this card doesn't seem very good at first glance, but I actually think it's an okay card. I mean, sure, you do lose it 50% of the time, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it might be bad, but I don't think it's that bad. Chandra's Outrage, obviously decent removal. Fiery Hellhound's fine. I don't know if I'm going to be running Manic Vandal. It looks like I'm already going to be playing a few artifacts, and it's a must clause. It's not you may. Let's see here. We got Incinerate. That's really good. Stormblood Berserker, very good card, especially if you can get down on turn 2 with the Bloodthirst. Obviously, that would be one reason to run the double Tormented Souls. Tunneler is actually very good in this format. Shock's obviously good. Arsonist is okay. Whoa! Look in here. We got 3 Arachnus Webs. Unfortunately, we did not get the spider that could search it out. Let's see, double rapid growth. I don't know if I'd want to run 3 of these, but, you know, removal's removal. Carnage Worm. Yeah, this card is huge, especially if you get it down with Bloodthirst, but 7 mana is just such an investment. I'm not sure I necessarily like that card that much, but we'll see. So the next thing I'm going to do here is find my strongest colors. I think red and black are obviously out. If anything, I can be shocking for the shock in the, splashing for the shock and the incinerate. We'll take the black out though. We'll leave the incinerate and the shock to the sideline, especially since we have 2 rampant growths. We're not necessarily in green at this moment, but you know that makes it more of a easier splash. I think I'd rather just splash the incinerate and the shock off of maybe 2 sources of red mana plus the manalith instead of having to splash, or I mean add another mountain for the splash, because the Chandra's Outrage is kind of hard to splash. I think I definitely want to play white. That's for sure. I've got quite a few good cards in white. Question is, what kind of deck are we looking out to be here? And I don't think we're going to be that aggressive. I think we're going to be more the slow, control-y type. Especially if we go blue, we have a lot of counter spells and whatnot. And if that's the case, I'm probably going to run Rock Egg. Probably a Stonehorn Dignitary. Stave Off is obviously good by itself. Mighty Leap's, or I mean, Armored Warhorse is okay. Mighty Leap's okay. The Veteran is decent. That's unfortunate. He's only a 3/3 when attacking, but you know, 3/3 attacking on turn 4 is pretty decent. Now the question is, do we want to go with the red or the green? Or sorry, the green or the blue? And while I think the green has, you know, stronger top end, obviously, I think the blue and its card draw and manipulation is just going to be the stronger option here. It's unfortunate, though, we don't get to run the 2 Rampant Growths, and 3 Arachnus Rebs pretty interesting. If we do go play against another blue deck, I think we might want to splash into green just because we have the double island walking crocodiles. And the Arachnus Rebs do a really good job of taking care of flyers. So I think I'm going to cut the green at this point, and we're left with the blue, the white, and the splashing red. So let's take a look here. I don't think I'm going to want to run the full Monty of Mana Leaks, and I'm not sure Mesmerists are actually, or the Mesmerists are necessarily what I want to do. The card is fine by itself, and we have a pseudo mill theme going with the Mesmerists and the Bell Tower Sphinx, but I don't think it's really worth running. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 flyers, 4 flyers. So with the 4 flyers, and I think that's the majority of the time, that's how we're going to be killing people. I think we're going to probably want to run the Rock Egg. It's just really good on defense. Shoot, we still have to cut quite a few cards here. 6 cards to cut. Well, you know what? We can probably cut a Stonehorn. I mean, 1's enough probably. It's really good on defense and holding the ground because of 1/4, but I don't think it's necessarily what we want to be running. This is a tap creature, right? Yeah, so that's pretty good. It's a little bit slow, but I think we have enough ways to stall on the ground. Gotta cut at least 4 more. Jeez. This is always my problem, cutting down to a reasonable amount after we've already established the colors. Let's see here. So I think I probably want 15 creatures minimum. I mean, I guess the Rock Egg is more of a defender, but with the Day of Judgment we can set up some nice combos. I'm actually tempted to cut a Mana Leak, even though that doesn't seem very good. Or maybe a Mighty Leap. Mighty Leap is just so good on offense and defense. I mean, they attack with a flyer and it's a surprise blocker. And then on offense, you know, just getting the extra minimum 3 damage in the air when they don't have a blocker is pretty good. With how many auras are in the format or the set, I think it's worth running Unsummon main. Question is, what do we take out? I think I'm going to take out a cancel. I'm never one to run too many counter spells, and with already the mana leak, I don't think I really want to run a cancel. Alrighty, let's take a look at what our stats are looking like here. So pretty low converted mana cost average. I mean, we could even throw in some Coral Moorfolk if we play a really aggressive deck or something, as well as a Pride Guardian, yeah. Question is, what else can we cut from this list? The only other things I'm really looking at to cut are the Mighty Leap. I don't necessarily need Mesmerists. Shoot. But I really want to run the rest of these. Arbalist is slow, like I said, but it's pretty good. This is a tricky one. So I think I'm going to cut the Mighty Leap. Leaves us with 26 cards at the moment, and we need to cut minimum 2 more. Stave Off's really good. Let's see here. I like the Manolith just for the ramp, as well as allowing us to hit our splash more frequently. The only cards I'm really looking to cut, I guess, would be a Mesmerist, a Mana Leak, and maybe the second Mesmerist. Problem with that is we're only left with 13 creatures, and I just don't think that's a very good number. I usually want to have at least 14 or 15. What I could do, let's see, I think the Coral Moorfolk is probably going to be better than any Mesmerist in this deck. We're not going for the mill theme. So we're at 24 right now, and 2.75 mana cost. Well, we could try to run 16 land, but I don't think that's optimal in this case. Boy, this is a hard one. I don't even like cutting the Mana Leak as it is. I think I'm gonna have to cut one of the the non-creature spells. Question is which one. White's obviously our heavier color. We have a lot of double whites, and all our blue is single. I think I'm tempted to cut the Unsummon, even though that seems pretty bad. Unsummon's usually, your 23rd card regardless. Alright, I think we'll run with this, guys. Let's see what they suggest. I think I could get away with running one mountain, but that seems pretty risky. We're going to have a lot more white than anything else, so we'll see what we have to suggest. So they suggest a 9-5-3 split. That's close to what I think I'd use. I think I'm actually going to go to 2 mountains because we have the monolith, or the Manolith rather. Lets us splash easier. And we have a lot of ways to draw cards. Ponder, Azure Mage, Divination. So I think in most circumstances we'll be able to get there. I do want to hit the Ponder and the blue cards the turn that I can, so I probably want to run 7 islands, but then I'm not as likely to hit the Armored Warhorse, and I do have a lot of white drops as well. I think I'm going to try a 9-6-2 split, and that gives me 17 lands. It's a little bit risky for the islands, for our blue cards, because we do have a few blue cards that we want to get down early, such as the Ponder and the Coral Moorfolk. But on average, I think we should be alright. So we're going to run with this. I'm going to submit the deck, and we'll start back up when round 1 starts.